Thanks for joining us. A Brown County judge drastically lowered the bond for a young woman accused of first-degree intentional homicide. Marcelia Fonseca is accused of intentionally starting a fire that led to her nephew's death in 2019.
First trial ended in a hung jury last October. Her new trial has now been delayed until November due to a scheduling conflict with the court. The delay is now prompting a bond adjustment. In the First Alert update, Brittany Schmidt joins us now in studio to explain that. Brittany.
Bill and Cammie, Marcelia Fonseca has been in police custody since her arrest in 2019. So for 5 years, she has been behind bars waiting for her case to play out in the justice system. Now with another delay, Fonseca's defense attorneys argued for a bond reduction. The prosecution opposed it due to the serious nature of the case. She still faces 2 felonies, including first-degree intentional homicide and arson. The prosecution argues she intentionally sent the fire that killed her 11-month-old nephew in June of 2019 in Green Bay. Fonseca's defense attorneys blame the faulty wiring in the house. While talking about bond, the judge did hear from the victim's parents. One of them is Fonseca's sister.
We understand the severity. We want what's done right. But at the same time, we're already deprived of my son, we're already deprived of my sister, and we're already going through things with my grandmother. We don't have money to bail her out.
I believe that she does not deserve the right to have bond. She is still a danger to society. With the severity of the case that is presented, the only thing that I can further say is I would do my part in protecting the innocent that was involved.
The judge did ultimately reduce Fonseca's cash bond from $150,000 to $2,500 with strict conditions of absolute sobriety, no handling of burning material, and she will be on house arrest with a GPS ankle monitor if she does post bond. Her trial is now set for November 4th. Bill, Cammie.